We're gonna do a push day today, day 2 in the home gym here. So we're gonna get started, typical fashion, pre-exhaustion. What we're gonna do today is gonna be a cable fly superset with a push-up variation. And those are gonna be done on some handles that we have here, someone kindly left for us to use. We're gonna progress into something that is controversial. We're gonna actually go into a flat barbell bench press. Not a lot of people agree with this. This is something that I think is just fundamental. It is a benchmark movement. If done correctly, it can build some serious mass on the chest. I think it should be something that you should work at. Obviously, we're not trying to lift a 1RM. We're not weightlifters, we're bodybuilders. So there's gonna be a lot of emphasis on control and the movement pattern. So we'll hit bench press. I'm gonna put BB for barbell. And then we're gonna move on to an incline dumbbell press for the upper pecs. We will also do some kind of incline cable fly. From there, we'll progress into a dumbbell or cable lateral raise. We'll do a seated face pull for the rears, and then we might finish off with some kind of tricep extension. And if you're wondering why we're not doing abs today, I've already done 45 minutes of cardio fasted this morning, which I also did abs and lower back and some mobility work, plus the sauna. So that's why we're not doing it in this session, because it was already done early this morning. So we're gonna go ahead and progress over to the low cable fly variation with the push-ups superset. One set, 15 reps here. These become like a deficit push-up. So you wanna get that deep range of motion, really get that big stretch on there, kind of prime the muscles for what we're gonna be doing when we get to bench press. Once again, this is all pre-exhaustion. 15 reps on the cables, 15 reps here. We'll probably do 2 or 3 sets. Second set, we're gonna get one more, and then we're gonna hop over to the bench press and really get this pump going. First set done. We're gonna do probably 4 or 5 working sets, anywhere between 8 to 10 reps with a moderate load, a lot of control in the movement pattern. Trying to focus on that big squeeze here. We could sit here and clang and bang all day, but that's not gonna really do anything for chest development, so we're gonna put a lot of emphasis once again on the technique. We don't need to go as heavy because we already did that pre-exhaustion set earlier, so let's get after it. Probably hover around this weight because it seems like a really good working weight. I don't want to try to incorporate too many of my accessory muscles, kind of like your delts or tries. We want to focus solely on the emphasis on the chest until we progress to shoulders, and then we'll focus on shoulders. Incline dumbbell, and then we'll continue this chest pump moving forward. All right. Incline dumbbell. Kind of work instead of with your arms flared out, right? Like 90s like this. Kind of want to have your elbows tucked, put you in a more beneficial position to save your shoulders, and it gets a lot more range of motion. You want to cross that midline of your chest, focusing on that squeeze on the upper extension portion of your chest, and then slow and controlled, just like the bench press. Let's do 2 or 3 sets here. That's a great question. I'm a big advocate of all barbell movements. I know, cue the boo, but there's a time and place for both. Right now, after doing somewhat heavy barbell with control after pre-exhausting our chest, I think it's important to kind of switch over and do something like a dumbbell. But there are times where I'll say you just get such a different stimulus from putting that barbell in your hand, and the, I guess, recruitment that I feel when I'm doing something with the barbell, incline, flat bench, even decline. I'm a big advocate of decline too. I like the barbell over the dumbbells. That's just me. Do what works best for you, but always for me, I would prefer barbell. Nice, good pump going. Chest feels full. Obviously, you see some striations in the delts coming out, because that's the secondary muscle that's going to be activated with that. We're going to progress over to, I think, an incline cable fly next, and get some more activation. And I'll show you how we set that up. So we're actually going to superset. As you saw, this is a cool little variation that Saucy kind of pointed out, starting at a 90, where it already puts tension on the delt versus starting with this all the way at the bottom. Actually puts your arm in a better position to get maximal load on the delt. I noticed that when I was just doing this, I didn't get any clicking in my shoulder, which is usually something that happens when that's super low like that. So this is a good alternative to that. So we're gonna do cable here for the lateral raises as well as dumbbells, and we're gonna superset them together. So I just finished doing some cables. We're gonna head over and knock out some of the dumbbell laterals too. With those, I try to aim for like 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock. I feel that gets a lot on not just your front delts, but more so the laterals. And even for me, I kind of feel a little bit of already engagement in my rear delts too. One big thing though is try to not hike your shoulders so you're not activating your traps. A lot of guys, when they do this, they pinch their traps a lot and they kind of take off all the pressure. I know that Jason Poston used to put those bands, and he'd put it on his shoulder and step on it with his foot, and that would kind of depress the shoulder and allow him to bring it up so that you can just clearly see that delt working as he brought it up to the side, because he's disengaging his trap completely. So just some tips and tricks for you when you go ahead and try this superset. I'll tell you, that's a lot harder than I thought. It's definitely a new stimulus. It's not even that heavy, and I'm dying over here. The delts are feeling pumped. We'll progress over to face pulls now. We're actually going to bypass that incline cable flies, and we're going to go straight to the seated face pulls and then progress into a tricep. seated face pulls to kind of round off the upper part of our push day. It's one of my favorite movements. It helps create that 3D delt. So you have that front, the mid, and then you encompass the back, which when you stand, gives you that full, complete diamond-shaped delt. A lot of people kind of just focus on the front and the lateral and neglect the rears. You should spam the rears often. This is my second push day, and this will be my third time hitting rear delts this week alone. Okay, so spam rear delts, you can develop them. It's kind of like, you know, in the bodybuilding world, they know there's not enough hamstrings, there's not enough calves, and there's definitely not enough rear delts. So let's get after them. All right, so we just finished doing the rear delts. We're gonna cap out here and make sure that we just finish off everything with a tricep drop set. We're gonna do a triple drop set. We're gonna use these handles here. We're starting around 120 pounds, and then we'll just kind of incrementally go and just gas out and just basically fully exhaust our triceps and just finish it off here. That's a wrap. Arms are fully cashed. Chest is pumped, delts are pumped. Everything's looking really good. Making good progress. Was around 218 this morning, so still holding pretty good on the abs. So the lines are staying good. We got about another 5 weeks or so, and then we drop the hammer and start prepping for the Winter Classic in December. So stay tuned for the next one. All right guys, come with me for a quick Costco haul. I'll show you what I get on a weekly basis for the prep series, and then we'll kind of see what we get. Oh, I got those too. Definitely have the Pokemon plushies. Braxton and I are big fans of the Pokemon stuff, so just make sure you drop in the comments if you like Pokemon and which one's your favorite. Oh, I'm a Charizard guy. I'm a Charmander Charizard guy from the original 151s. But I will say I'm after that, I'm definitely rocked with Team Totodile, if you know about that life. Pardon me. First up on the list is gonna be some bananas. I like to keep them plain and out, and then I'll also take a set of them and chop them up and freeze them and put them in a freezer bag so I can add them to smoothies or yogurt or something like that. Another one of my go-to favorites are the bagels. Such an easy way to get in a good amount of carbohydrates. If you're someone who's just starting out and can't eat a ton of carbs in one sitting, but you need to grow, this is a great one. They have about 60 to 70 grams of carbs just for one bagel. And these here specifically will have around 11 to 12 grams of protein on top of that, and they're low fat, around 1 to 2 grams of fat per bagel. So it's a move. The Reds. No Reds. I have some, but I honestly don't eat it that frequently. Chicken and ground turkey, bro. Another one that's a go-to for the week is going to be a pack of the ground turkey. I tend to keep leaner meats. So if you're wondering why I'm not using any of like ground beef or steaks or something like that, and even though I'm trying to grow right now for this time period leading up to the Winter Classic, I still will keep my main sources of protein on the leaner side. Just because it's an unnecessary calorie source, and I'm able to utilize more of the carbohydrates to kind of help fuel the energy for the workouts and get better pumps, things like that. So it'll be ground turkey, and the next one will be grabbing some chicken. Chicken breasts all the way. We'll probably grab
Some of these don't look that great. We'll grab a pack of the chicken breast. This will probably last me about, honestly, between this and the ground turkey, the eggs, this will probably last me 1.5 sessions, or I guess 1.5 weeks, I should say. And I'll usually go through like 3 at a time when I make them, and I make them in bulk, kind of divvy them up, and I'll rotate my protein sources. So I'll do ground turkey, I'll do ground chicken, and then I'll do eggs and yogurt and protein powders and stuff. There's so much in this place I want to eat all the time. Those things are bangers. The smoked salmon stuff, those are so good. I went through a phase where I was eating all the smoked salmon stuff on bagels, like on a constant, with everything, seasoning, cream cheese, like heavy cream cheese. That's when I was like dirty bulking. The rotisseries? Rotisseries are good. That's definitely an easy move for a lot of people. It's cheap. You can get a lot of meals out of the rotisserie chicken, especially if you're divvying it up and portioning it. All of these things are great too. They even have down there in that little corner, there's actually already pre-pulled rotisserie chicken that you can, you don't have to separate, and it's just ready to eat, and you can just put it in your meals, and it's great for quick and on the go. I don't typically do that because I will tend to put the effort in cooking my food, but it's a great option for those of you who are on the go. I don't grab too much of these. Or these meal prep kits. The ceviche is fire. The tuna is fire. Like they have like the tuna over there. You see it? Yeah. So like the poke tuna is fire. Like all of those things are phenomenal here. Those are so good. That's a move, bro. That is a move. But that's what I was telling you right there. That block of chicken. Yeah. That's just rotisserie chicken, pre-pulled. It's so good. Salsa is great. It's great to add on to your ground turkey or your chicken meal. It's great for the eggs in the morning too. Just gives a little flavor, very low calories, around 5 calories per serving. Obviously, if you're not measuring it, it's just good to know that if you're a little heavy-handed like I am when it comes to serving stuff, then you don't have to worry about the excess calories, okay? All right, so the goated eggs, the all blue, these are so good. The yolk is actually like a dark amber orange. Now, if you were to get something like this, you can actually even see it in here. The yolk is like a bright yellow. This is like an actual amber orange, and the yolk is supposed to be a dark orange. Now, if you're on a budget, obviously grab the big box of eggs and just kind of work through it and get what you can. But if you can afford the more organic eggs, this is the way to go. Yeah, I'm gonna grab egg whites too. This is more of like a heavy protein run for me today. Ooh. We're also gonna double down on some egg whites, because those are quintessential for keeping the proteins high but the fats low. So I'll have those pretty much every day. For my first meal, I'm gonna have some kind of egg whites and whole egg combo. So definitely grab your Costco. When you're trying to eat in a bodybuilding surplus, Costco's the move. What's that? Coke Zero? Oh, no, actually I'm gonna do a Sprite Zero. Yeah, we'll do a Sprite Zero. Yeah, no alcohol over here. No, zero drinking. But I definitely do the Coke Zeros, and I definitely do the energy drinks. There's a plug here for the energy drinks, especially if you drink like Ghosts or Alani's. This is a place to get it. Probably gonna do, I think I'm gonna run it back on the Ghost this time. Ghost, I definitely must have during preps. Energy, caffeine, we know it, 0 sugar, and they taste great. Not affiliated, but let me know in the comments if they should hook your boy up with a code.
Interesting.
Another one for sure is going to be the pretzels. It is something that I have to have, that crunchy thing, but I can't eat potato chips. Macros are really good, zero fat, 24 carb, and 3 protein. So this is a definite add-in on most, if not every day. They can have a couple of these and not worry about it. Braxton really likes those a lot. Yeah, he likes those a lot. I like the buffalo. I'm big on the buffalo ones, but I can't do too much of those because I get acid reflux. Oh, you know what? I need this for the toast. Can't just do bagels all the time. Little man gets tired of the bagels. They don't. Unless it's further up. No, they don't. All right, this one's a good one. Another one to grab is gonna be bread for toast, or for high protein French toast. These are great because these soak up that egg white mix really, really well. Normally they would have a sourdough version, which is really good for your gut health, but obviously we're gonna do with what we got. I'm grabbing the home style oat. It's not a bad one, digests well. It's just something different than the bagels. And it's easier when you can't have a whole bagel and you can have one slice of the toast. Another big one is the Kirkland turkey breast slices. It's about 11 grams protein per 2 slices. Add these to your eggs in the morning, add these to any kind of meal that you want to do throughout the day. And they are just very cost effective and quick. You can get a lot of protein in and not a lot of space. So definitely a must for me. And, everybody always has these opinions on like nitrates and things that are in it. Honestly, we consume so many different things in a day. I wouldn't say stress the little details. Obviously, be conscious of it, but I mean, at the same time, you got to still live life. Have a peanut butter or jelly sandwich once in a while. They're organic. I love that. 2 things I'll definitely do every week is 2 things of Greek yogurt. I add this to pretty much everything. So instead of sour cream, this is a great option. You can bake with this. You can throw this in your rice and ground turkey, your chicken. I put it on top of my eggs. It's a great mix, and it's a great way to get a lot of good protein in minus any of the excess calories. Are you a cottage cheese person? Okay, so no, bro. So not everybody is a cottage cheese person, but I'm gonna put you guys on this. This with protein, berries, and a little bit of honey, cinnamon, and salt at night before bed will keep you full and satiated. Cottage cheese is going to be a type of protein that's going to be more similar to like casein protein. So it's a slow digesting protein, which means that it's going to take a lot longer to digest. So essentially you're going to be able to hold this through the night and you're going to feel satiated. It is a great thing that you can add in. Obviously, if you have dairy issues, then you got to figure that one out, but it's a go-to for me.
Take a dairy pill.
Take a lactose pill, a lactate. And that's pretty much what I would get on a typical weekly fashion. There may be little things here and there extra if I'm running out of like honey or almond butter or stuff like that, or rice. But this is gonna be the primary things that I consume on a weekly basis. It seems very bland, right? And seems very boring and basic, but honestly, find the meals that work for you that you enjoy eating and eat them consistently, and that's how you're gonna make the progress consistent over time. Then it's no longer, you're not dieting, you're just enjoying life. Oh, do you ever do like the pizza with the chicken bake? You ever seen that? Yeah, that's a move. My son Braxton absolutely demolishes. He loves the hot dogs here. So every time he comes with me, it's a ritual that he's gonna grab a hot dog and mustard and a soda from there. You can't beat the price, $1.50 for a foot-long hot dog and a soda. It's goated. Costco's goated. All right, guys, that's to be the end of episode 2. We got a Costco haul. We got a good push day in. We're making some great progress. I want you guys to stick around, click, comment, share, subscribe, and watch what we do in the next one.